Okay. We live? We good? OBS is being a little slow today for some reason. Hello. Mic check. Should be good on the mic. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. First in the chat today was Stang 2007. What up, Stang? We got Indie Hooligan. Nothing cooking yet. What did you mean by that? And also, Stang, which Mustang do you have? What's up, Craig Lilly? Hello. Good evening, Evan. Sorry, did not mean to cough. I should have muted. Oh, man. The thumbnail of this stream is not a lie. I'm actually tired. Both physically and literally and figuratively. Tired of everything that's just going on in the PC tech space right now, but also tired because it's been a long day. And yeah, all the energy is sapped out of me. So today's going to be a chill stream. We are going to let the chat kind of dictate where we're going, just because there wasn't that. The only big tech news that I saw was like more price increases, which I guess if you guys want to look at that, we can. But that's just kind of depressing. So I was thinking for this stream, if people needed build advice or like upgrade advice, that kind of stuff, we can talk about that as a group. I think that'd be more helpful than just to continually read articles about AI continuing to take over and prices of PC components continuing to go up. So yeah, we will do whatever the chat feels like today. But I guess we could do this. People in the Discord server were posting their Steam account years of service. So we got Nerd on a Budget Fan 1. What a name. I promise that is not me. But Nerd on a Budget Fan 1 has 19 years. Their account is 19 years old, their Steam account. Mine is not. So Heavy Metal Tech posted his. He's got 14 years. I'm a little bit behind him. I've got 13 years. But yeah, I was kind of late to the Steam signups. Like, I was trying to not use Steam for the longest time. I remember when I first heard about it. I never played Counter-Strike, but I knew people that did. So when they were talking about, oh, you have to get Steam, otherwise you can't like install the game and stuff. And like, I think my personal thing with Steam was that there were other game launchers. What was that called? Like Crossfire or something? That like back in the early to mid 2000s, there were other launcher type things that kind of consolidated everything in one place. Like you could set your game launchers there. You could use the chat and stuff like that. Was Crossfire what it was called? No, Crossfire. This is an actual game. Is it Xfire? What was that? Oh, I think it was this. Or was Xfire a proprietary freeware instant messaging service for gamers? Served as also a game server browser and other various features. And I think it can launch games too, if I remember correctly. But I think I always thought, like, what was the point of these launchers when you, and this was, you know, when we were still had a lot of games that came out on physical CDs. You install the game with your CD and you launch it via whatever, you know, icon pops up as a result of that. That was my line of thinking for the longest time, trying to push back on Steam. Which, looking back, was obviously really dumb because Steam is just so integrated into gaming, at least PC gaming nowadays. But yeah, if you guys want, post your Steam account age with or a screenshot, and we can take a look at them. And also, Bug Arsonist got a Steam controller. Congrats. I am not going to be putting my name in the hat for this for a long time. I'm curious if there's any in the secondhand market that's not... it's probably still being scalped right now. What's up, Mega Skills? Hello, hello. What's up, JLJ? I had 2016 GT350 now running Bronco. Is getting the 5050 better or saying... I would stay on the 3060 12GB. Yeah, I feel like the 5050 would be a waste of money. Benchmarks wise, let me see. 5050 tech power up. Even if it benchmarked better, where is it at? So yeah, it benchmarks better because, so if you go to 3060, let's assume the 12GB one, it does benchmark 14, let's say 15% better. Interestingly enough though, oh wait, no, not that one. Where is it? Like the VRAM thing is whatever. I think for cards of this power, 8 gigs is not a big deal. But yeah, so definitely noticeably weaker than say the, where's the 3070? The 3070 and like the, I would say if you're thinking about getting a different card, how much are 5050s right now? They're not actually 250, are they? Can you find them anywhere for actually 250? Oh, can you buy directly from Nvidia's website? See all buying options. $400 $400? What are you smoking? What are you smoking, Nvidia? Let's go to Newegg. But first, regardless, if you're gonna like upgrade graphics cards, I think you gotta push for more than 15% uplift. There's a number of reasons why I wouldn't get this. PCIe 5.0 times 8, which if you're on a modern platform shouldn't be an issue. But if you are, for some reason, running an older system where the motherboard CPU is limited to PCIe 3.0 or 4.0, you could be leaving some performance on the table. 250. Let me see what's the lowest price on this. RTX 5050. Yeah, you can't even, at least I can't find one under 300. For $300, just go get yourself a used 3070 or 6700 XT, and that will be a bigger uplift and not suck as much. Let's see, Amazon. They might have something. RTX 5050. 300, 290. Yeah, so this supposed $250 graphics card already has seen the price increases due to VRAM memory price increase. Yeah, I would go, you could probably go on eBay and find a, let's do the 6700 XT. Buy it now. You can also go to Jawa too. Let's see if Jawa has anything after this. You want to sort by used though, because there's a lot of broken parts only ones. Used. Come on, give me something at least close to or best offer. Like, yeah, I would put it in an offer for like 250 on this one. Here's 254. Oh, delivery on this one's bad though, so I would ignore that. 11 delivery. Yeah, this one is pretty cheap delivery. Just listed. See, the thing is, in my area, I would check your local OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist though, just because I've been seeing these for decent prices. 200. When was this listed? It doesn't say when it was listed. GPUs that's new, barely used, shoot offers. Dude, you don't need to shoot offers. I would just pay the 200 here. I would not even try to lowball this, but what else we got? Try to get rid of the space. Is that going to find more things? So let's see what 3070s are going for in my area. 250. I think 250 is a banger of a deal. Because remember, when you buy in the used market, you're not going to pay tax. Whereas that, you know, $300 5050 that we were just looking at least for me, like tax is 10%. So that becomes $330. So yeah, I would go secondhand if you're comfortable with it. Yeah, like 3070s and 6700 XTs should be going for around 250. I have seen some good deals for under it, but usually they get swiped up pretty fast. So yeah, you could always offer lower too, because like, dude, no one. I don't feel like this is gonna move at 290. You can offer 250 for this, even though this card is ugly as hell, dude. Zotac 30 series cards, no bueno. Let's go more. Yeah, exactly, bro. I just built my first real gaming PC. It's a Ryzen 5700X 1080 Ti. Do you think it can hold up? Yeah, I think if. What games do you play? It depends, right? I think that with these specs, even though the 1080 Ti is kind of old, you could still play the majority of modern games. Obviously, it's going to be at like medium settings, 1080p. But to me, that's still fun. I don't have less fun gaming because I have to play at 1080p instead of like 1440p or 4K. Or like, I don't have less fun when I have to reduce graphics to medium instead of playing at ultra or max settings, right? Like, to me, PC gaming is about playing the game. Sure, it'd be nice to play at like super high refresh rate, FPS, and you know, all that good stuff. Nice and shiny. But given, you know, everything pricing sucks right now, just being able to game, I think, is one thing I would be appreciative of. And I'm not going to complain. I mean, you get to a point where the hardware gets so low end or crappy. Like, yeah, sure, if you had like a GT 710 or something, then I would say that's different. But the 1080 Ti minus like ray tracing specific titles and DX12 yeah, I think some DX12 Ultimate required titles you wouldn't be able to play, but that's like a handful of games. This specs can still let a lot of people enjoy PC gaming. Indie Hooligan says, I joined Steam late. I was going with downloads and physics. Yeah, same here. Like, I was not doing, like... Actually, I was also playing a ton of MMORPGs, which back then were not on Steam. They had their own launchers, too, during that phase of my life. So, and I'll admit it, back then, you know, I was fresh into college in the mid-2000s. I was broke, so I pirated so many games. So, like Half-Life 2 and stuff like that, that required... you know, Steam and stuff, right? But I just pirated that among many other games back in the day. So that also helped me not get on Steam for a while. Uh-oh, you guys hear the babies crying? I think they're going through it right now. What up, Akuma? Hello, hello. One second, let me check something. I think Melissa and the sister-in-law got them handled, hopefully. They should. Sometimes the girls just be cranky. Akuma finally got my Steam... Oh, wait. Akuma, aka Bug Arsonist, right? You guys, you gotta use the same names. I cannot remember the different names on Discord versus a YouTube chat. Get 50-50 if you get a killer deal, otherwise stay away from it. Yeah, I mean, but for 250 bucks, I think I would still go for a used 3070 or 6700 XT over a brand new 50-50. Like, yeah. Let me go back to the charts. So here's the 50-50. If we get a 60, yeah, we're talking like still 12%. Where's the 3070? I think this is gonna depend on the games you play, because yeah, 6700 XT is not. I think on average, I guess according to whatever games that Tech Power Up tests, do they test more NVIDIA bias games? There should not be this big of a gap between the 3070 and the 6700 XT. I think it should be closer than that. But that's why you check multiple sources. But regardless, I would still pick either of these. Yeah, what? It has the 3060 Ti beating the 6700 XT. I think something's up with the numbers here. Let me see. Let me click on this. Yeah, that had not been my finding. Also, 6750 XT, 10%? I thought it was like more like 5%. I would have to, I would wonder if they retested or anything like that. Toasty Bros actually did a video on the 50-50 versus 30-60 12 gig. Most games 50-50 outperforms, but if low end 1440p is the goal, 12 gig on the 30-60 does come into play. Hello. Hi girls. How you doing? Okay, you want to hang out for a bit while I talk to chat? What time is it? Yeah, it's only 5:16. Okay, you guys want to come down so much. Okay, you both we have to be quiet though, okay? No screaming into the mic. Yes, I know. Okay, we're just gonna read chat for a bit, I guess, and not do too much browser stuff while I hang out with these two little gremlins who just woke up from their nap, cranky as heck. Okay. Looks like I'll be on the 3060 for the foreseeable future. I think the 3060 is still a very solid card. But then again, I just benchmarked the 1650 Super and was impressed by it. So, the way I look at hardware is not the same as the way a lot of other people look at PC hardware. People always look at these cards and say like, oh, it can't do this. Oh, it doesn't have that much VRAM. Like, bro, you can still play games. Calm down, adjust your settings. That's what PCs are for. It gives you the flexibility. Adjust the settings, make it work with your hardware, and use it until you can afford to buy something else. If pricing sucks there, in the Philippines it sucks more. Oh, wait. You're from the Philippines? Then any of my advice, I don't know if my advice would apply. I don't know how you guys' first and second hand market is looking like over there. So, take my advice with a grain of salt. Indie Hooligan picked up the 9060 XT 16 gig for $30.70. Wait, for Steam Machine? What do you mean? Hell no, I picked up 16 gig 3060. What do you mean for Steam Machine? Are you gonna... Dude, I saw a mod where someone used the eGPU with the Steam Machine. Or, never mind. I'm thinking you're building your own Steam OS machine, not the actual Steam machine itself. That's probably what you mean. When's the next upload for the LAN series? Man, everybody's been asking that. Hi. The next upload hopefully is by the end of the month. I have not even started editing it yet. I have other like commitments to sponsors that I gotta get done. But I really want to get it out before I go to PAX. So we'll see. Like, as soon as I knock out these next... I got a pickup video that's coming next. And then... Actually, that's it. Then I can work on that. Hopefully, I don't get any other, like, sponsor obligations that come up. I bought a RX 6600 for 120. That's a great price. Dude, that's a solid card for 120 bucks. I would pick that up any day of the week. Neo Wesco is using a 9070 XT and a 5600X here. At worst, you might want to upgrade your GPU when it does hit the wall. Besides that, just enjoy it. 9070 XT and 5600X. I think a lot of people would look at that and be like, oh my god, CPU bottleneck. But I'm just like, dude, it doesn't hurt to buy a graphics card early given that we've seen the prices increase. Who cares about a bottleneck if it can still play the games that you want to play and you plan to upgrade down the line? Yeah. I think, like, bottlenecks are fine as long as, you know, you were thoughtful about how you bought your components and what your plans are for the future. Like, doing this, I can imagine, like, you're enjoying it just fine. What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, we good? You wanna go back upstairs? Yeah? You want to turn around? Here. Here, let's turn around. What? Okay. Do not touch the keyboard, please. Please don't touch the keyboard. You might... Yeah? Are you done? You want to go back up? You want to go, mommy? Yeah. Okay, you just chill. You good. You good. Oh my gosh. I need to get caught up on chat. Okay. Oh, you have reached the point where the crying isn't crying. It's just the most demonic noise a small form can make. Yeah, they're not crying because they need anything. They're just crying because they kind of can. Are you coming to the Columbus, Ohio grand reopening of Micro Center? We would love to see you there. Mr. Yeaster is going to be there too. If anything, I don't think so. Because I didn't get an invite. My contact that I had, because I used to do Micro Center sponsorships. My contact left the company like a couple years ago, and I never got the new like person, social media influencer, whatever contact. So yeah, I haven't worked with Micro Center for a while. I am going to be going to California in the near future, so if anything, I might stop by the Micro Center there. But yeah. Hello, Unc Ken. How you doing? What up, what up, what up? That is not me crying. No, it is not me crying. I don't remember the last time I cried. Last time I cried was probably due to like a sad movie or something. Hi. Okay, we good? Can we go back up to mommy and auntie now? Yeah. So this is Mia right here. She's been chill the whole time. Lexi, big sister right here. Oh, you so fussy. Okay, you want to leave. Okay, you reaching. You reaching for upstairs. 1 second, let me drop them off up here. Okay, go to mommy and auntie. You guys up here? Okay. You got your fix of the basement. Go, go, run around, have fun. Bye-bye, Mia. Bye-bye, Lexi. Okay, seems like they're good now. They didn't scream as soon as I put them on the ground. Sup, Danny? Real quick, what's the mini monitor you use at LAN parties? People ask me this all the time. I don't even think they sell it anymore. You can pick any USB portable monitor. Just Google it. Here, we will find you one. Boom, right here. This one. Honestly, the monitor I use is nothing special. Mine is from a company called Lepau. Lepau portable monitor. But it's nothing special. Do they even exist anymore? Yeah, I don't even see them anymore. When I I typed in the exact name. So pick whatever has decent ratings, like, you know, 4-ish stars and above. That's under $50. You can't really go wrong with them. These are nothing special. They are 60 hertz monitors, usually IPS, and they are meant solely for getting more displays into your setup. Let me see. Do I have this in setup? I can show you guys, but maybe if this works. Okay, so, oh my goodness, why is it so zoomed in? Alright, so here is the desk setup. I actually have two portable monitors now. I'm using one vertically to read the chat. Sorry for it being choppy. But here's the portable monitor on the bottom, which I usually throw like a media player or like maybe another video or something down here. So there's the OBS on top. But here's the main monitor. But yeah, so the portable monitors are really nice for things like, you know, having stuff on the side or on the bottom, like Discord windows, chat windows, media players, things like that. These two, they're just whatever brand. It's nothing special. Just pick whatever is the cheapest. Unless we had this discussion a while ago, like maybe a few months ago. Some people said they wanted a brand named one, and I think like MSI and Asus and stuff makes them. But they're like 60, 70 bucks. Oh my god, I just did it. No, that was 60 and 70, not the other numbers. But yeah, so it's like, to me, it's not worth paying another 20 to 30 bucks on such a, like, on a $45 item, because you're already like halfway there to buying a second portable monitor. And I honestly, like, maybe I've had good luck, but I've not had any issues with these cheap budget brand no-name monitors, right? They're just there to get the job done of holding something on your desktop for you. That is it. So yeah, I just pick whatever. If you want me to send this link, this one actually looks like it's on a deal. Here, I will send this link. Also, with Amazon being as amazing as it is, it's just like, if something goes wrong, you know, you can return it. Usually if something goes wrong, it'll go wrong. Hopefully within the first 30 days. Yeah, so I just put the link if you want to use that. 5500 XTD for $200 or 5800 XTD for $400. I would go 5500 XTD. Though that even seems expensive to me. I would go 5600 for 120 or whatever they're going for on AliExpress. Dude, I'm not like what's it called? Like, I'm not overly oh my god, I gotta do this. Fire hydrants. Like, XTD chips are nice and all when their pricing makes sense. I've never used the 5500 XTD, so I would need to look up some benchmarks real quick. But even without looking it up, it's like, is it really worth spending over something like this? Which usually you can, so it's like, here you can get a Ryzen 5600. This is from a top seller, I think, too. And you can use these stack coupons. AliExpress is always running like monthly sales and stuff like that. Let me see, is the seller, this one seems legit. Yeah, like, I would go even further and pay out, you know, near $100 for a 5600. The X3D, like, what games are you playing? Let me look at 5500. I think, did Hardware Unbox do it? I just want to see what they're, here we go. What is their 14 game average results? Okay. Let's go to theater mode. Turn off the captions. So, do they do 1440p results too? Okay, so this is just, so they tested with the 5090, which is like worst case scenario, pushing the CPU like crazy. So the results would be not as big of a gap once you start using weaker graphics cards and if you up your resolution. But 5600X, so like look at the numbers, right? 161 with 1% lows of 116 versus the 56, they only have 5600X. If he's running at stock, you could probably overclock a 5600 to be similar to 5600X levels. Or we can look at what those go for on AliExpress. Usually the 5600 is the better buy over the two. But look at this. Versus 140 average and then 102. Am I going to feel the difference between 116 1% lows versus 102? Even if I did, I would rather save $100. Yeah, if that makes sense. Like, 5600 XTD is also on here, but I don't know what those are going for. And these are like Micro Center exclusives, so that's why I haven't played with one. Otherwise, I probably I guess I could try to buy one in the used market. I don't know if many people are selling these in the used market, especially locally around me, because we don't have the Micro Center. So I would have to buy it on eBay or Hardware Swap or something, where the price is going to be probably pretty close to retail. For $400, you can upgrade to 7600X with single stick of DDR5 16 gig. It would be very comparable. Yeah, I mean, $400 5800 XTD makes zero sense to me. I would rather invest more and just spend more on the DDR5 if we're gonna go up that high, right? But so between the two, I guess if I had to choose between, I would choose the 5500 XTD over the 5800 XTD just because I do not think it's worth the money. It's very curious though. These charts don't have a 5800 XTD on here. Though I guess it performs pretty similar to 9600X, maybe a little bit less. So yeah, but if you want an unsolicited advice, I would say just get the freaking 5600 non-X3D and call it a day. Save yourself $100. Like, anything, like, I feel like if you're buying something AM4 right now, it is just to hold you over, not to be like the system to last you the next 5+ years. That would be what buying a AM5 platform would be, which most people aren't right now. So they want to make their current AM4 work, or they might be building new AM4. But still, I don't think it's worth investing too much money into AM4 platforms right now. Just buy whatever for the best price you can, use it as a stopgap, and then hopefully, if this all blows over, we can go back to buying modern platforms. Oh, you're saying they didn't put the 5800 X3D because they only test what? Wait, are you talking to me or you talking to someone else? Everything on this list is not only 6 cores. We've got Ryzen 7s here, but I guess for everything else aside from these 2 bottom Ryzen 7s, they are 6 core. Interesting. Why would they include the 3800X and 2700X? I don't remember this video, so I would probably have to watch for the context. But either way, I think these numbers, to me, show that the Ryzen 5 5600/5600X is the better buy. Let's just see. 5600X is 116. Is this from a legit seller? 7 sold. Let me see. There's no ratings on here. Let me see. Oh my god, why you want me to sign in? Why you do this to me? Oh no, this store has been around since 2017. So they've got seller ratings and stuff like that. And SD CPU store. I'm pretty sure I've recognized this one before. So yeah, you can get the 5600X if you want to overclock that. And it's still, like, noticeably less than 5500 X3D. Alright, I'll try to convince him for a 5600X will do. That a 5600X will do. I already got one that I can harvest. Yeah. If anything, just put the 5600X in there. And if he complains, then say, okay, if you want to spring $200, we can put a 5500 X3D in there. But then, I really don't think if you were to put the 5600X in there, he plays it, he doesn't like it. Putting in a 5500 X3D, I'm not convinced he's gonna like it all of a sudden. Those numbers that we just saw on the hardware unbox charts, they're not like a big enough difference that I feel is justified the cost. Hey Danny, is a Ryzen 5 5500 RX 5700 XT with 8 gigs of VRAM with 16 gigs of DRAM a good deal for $230? My best friend wants to sell to me. So 5700 XTs are worth around $120 to $140. 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM right now is probably close to like $60 to $70. We're assuming used and not crazily scalped price. I'm not talking about eBay price. I'm talking about like what I'm seeing in my local market. So we already got 200. I think that's a good deal. No motherboard included. You can get a cheap motherboard on Amazon for like $60. Amazon open box. $230. I think that's a pretty good deal because that assumes the Ryzen 5 5500 is about $30 to $40, and those go for how much again? Like $70 brand new or something. So I think that's a fair deal. I think it's more than fair. I think PC flippers would go grab that and be able to make a profit off of that. Ryzen 5500. $90. I guess you can get one second hand on Amazon for $80. So yeah, that makes it even a better deal. I guess they go on sale for $70. So yeah, I would say, yep, I would buy that from your friend. They're giving you a fair deal. Also, it's a full built PC ready to go. Well, you should have started with that because for $300 or $230. Yeah, what? Dude, it's a full build, so that's included the motherboard, included the case, included storage, included power supply. Those are all like, that would easily make it closer to like a $400 build if you were to, choose random parts to fill in the rest. That's a good deal. That's a good friend. I already got an RTX 5070 Ti, but need to upgrade my system. Buy a new CPU, SSD, and mainboard, as well as an AI cooler. Is now the right time? My brother already gifted me. Dude, you already got half of it, Goku. Your brother gifted you 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. That's like $350 to $400 worth of value. I would say, why do you have to upgrade your SSD? Is yours failing? Like, can you not carry the storage over? Or do you not have much storage? I would say... So 1 terabyte SSDs right now are going for... Like, where's the budget ones? Jeez. I guess you could get a SATA one for $130, but where's the NVMe ones? I think they're probably like, what, $140 to $150? Let's not pick the Samsungs and expensive brand. Oh my god. So they're all above $150 now, huh? And these silicon power... I guess you can find a Timetech one. I would need to do more research before recommending a Timetech. Though I think, from what I recall, if you like do a search... Doesn't like ZTT or Toasty Bros or somebody uses Timetech. It might be ZTT in his builds. And I think he's had a good track record with those. King Spec, these are all brands that, you know, are pretty more well known in other regions of the world outside of the US. So some people might be more hesitant to them. Patriot, here we go. So there's a Patriot one. I would say, so like, yes, this is triple the price of, you know, a year ago, but comparatively, it's $100 more, right? Which is not the end of the world. Like, buying, I would say if you can hold off on the storage because you already have storage, I would not buy anything right now just because, yes, this is expensive. I would only buy this if you had like 0 storage. So depending on your situation, but CPU, so you need CPU and motherboard. Those things are like, they've been priced very well. CPUs and motherboards have not had like a noticeable price uptick at all. If anything, I think they might have been discounting them because they're not, like, people in general are building less PCs right now, especially new PCs, that just because of the memory and the storage prices, that other areas are being kind of hit and are taking, you know, like loss in sales. So I think we have been seeing some pretty good deals for CPUs and motherboards and like cases and stuff like that. So you got your RAM, the SSDs. If you had to buy a 1 terabyte, yeah, sure, it sucks you have to spend a $100 premium compared to a year ago, but that's not the end of the world. You've got a 5070 Ti. Like, this build is gonna be like a kind of more expensive build where $100 isn't gonna be as felt as, say, a build less than $1,000. So yeah, pick up, like, dude, the 7700 X3D, 7800 X3D, and then a pairing motherboard, and you're good to go. Alex Nguyen says, hey man, I bought a pre-built PC Skytech Azure 3 with a 9800 X3D 4070 Super, 32 gigs of 6,000 mega transfer per second RAM, and 2 terabyte like a year ago for $1,000. I think of downgrading. Thoughts on what to do? Why downgrade? You think about downgrading. I mean, I guess, why are you trying to downgrade? That's pretty important question to ask. I only play at 1080 and I thought I would do more, but I'm told it's pretty overkill. I just play FPS, first person shooters. Okay, I mean, if you want to downgrade, the issue is, so you're gonna have to buy secondhand to like not lose money. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you downgrade, you're gonna have to sell these parts off, and you're gonna have to sell them off at secondhand prices. So, like, the RAM is not gonna be worth $400 just because Amazon has it for $400. You can probably get like $300 for your 32 gigs of RAM. The 4070 Super, I think those are still going for like 500-ish, 450 to 500-ish bucks. So that's $750 right there. You can sell your 9800 X3D probably for like $325, $350. It's probably going to be pretty slow to move. Like, if you're trying to get top dollar and not lose as much. I guess you're making money on the RAM, but you might lose on the processor. Like, you could get rid of your motherboard, CPU. So you're looking at like making maybe $1,100-$1,200. Then you can replace that with like a $200 graphics card, the 5600 or 5600X we took a look at earlier, like a $60 to $70 AM4 motherboard, and then DDR4 RAM. The thing is, the price sucks on those, so you would have to look in your secondhand market to see if anyone might let them go for a decent deal, because yeah, you don't want to have to spend like $200 on 32 gigs of DDR4 memory after getting rid of your DDR5. So, I mean, you're playing FPS. I mean, those usually are more CPU intensive and more sensitive to 1% lows and stuttering and hitching and stuff. So that you would want the best CPU. So, if anything, you keep your CPU and just... But then you would need to keep the RAM and motherboard. So then, it does... Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to tell you like, hey, go downgrade to AM4, and then all of a sudden in the FPS games you're playing, you're hitting a little bit worse 1% lows, and you might get micro stutters, and then you made a mistake. You got a good deal. I don't see the reason to downgrade at all. Like, if any, you downgrading would be so you could re-pocket some money versus just, you know, appreciating the great deal you already got. People are having to build AM4 systems right now for around $1,000. You spent $1,000 on your AM5 9800X 3D. What? $1,000? I kind of can't believe this. How did you get Skytech? At what point was Skytech selling 9800X 3D 4070 Super systems with 2TB SSDs for $1,000? What was this, like a return open box special or something? I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying, I know Skytech. They have way too many builds on their website, and a deal like this, I think I would have seen it on like Slick Deals and Build a PC sales like instantly. I would say if you really got it for $1,000, just keep it. Like, don't try to now resell some parts and pocket some money and all that good stuff. Just enjoy it for what it is. Oh, so it's a Sky, you bought it from some guy on Facebook, so you did buy it secondhand. That's more believable, but even then, man, like, did this guy steal this PC and list it on Facebook Marketplace? That's a crazy, good price. I would say to not downgrade. If you did, I mean, 5600, 5600X. I don't think downgrading to like an X3D chip makes sense, because then you're going to be paying, like, just keep the 98 X3D at this point. But yeah, if you want to downgrade, you can do that. You'll end up, so you'll probably make $1,100 to $1,200 selling off everything. And then you're going to have to spend, let's see, 100, 150. Then you're going to have to spend like $300-ish, where you're going to downgrade the GPU as well. Yeah, that estimate includes the GPU. So you're gonna have to spend like $500. So at the end, you'll net profit like $700, maybe $600 if stuff doesn't move and you have to lower prices. So downgrading to a worse system and pocketing $600 to $700. Oh my God, $600, $700. Is that worth it to you? And don't forget, you have to go through the hassle of deal hunting all the replacement parts and listing and going and meeting up and selling things to people on Facebook and OfferUp and stuff like that. So like, if you want to put in the work, sure, downgrade, pocket yourself some money. But I would say you got such a good deal, I would just keep it. Like, unless you're like hurting for cash, I guess, then do that. Goku says it is the same. Oh, what's it? Let me see. Goku says it is the same as people deciding between bigger and smaller TVs. I've never heard anyone complain, "Oh, I should have gotten a smaller TV," versus, "Oh, I should have gotten a bigger TV." I think with the PC space, I've seen multiple people have approached me asking for advice to downgrade before, just because they don't fully utilize their PCs. It's pretty rare, but it does happen. I think some people get excited they end up overspending just because, you know, it's really easy to think you need the best specs out there just because that's the way, like, social media, like, you know, YouTube videos, Reddit threads and stuff, everyone makes it seem like you need a 9800 X3D, you need a 5070 Ti or better card, you need, you know, all this stuff. So people go and spend like $2,000-$3,000 on these builds, and then they end up just playing their favorite games of all time, which happen to be CSGO and League of Legends and Valorant and stuff like that, and they're like, why did I just spend $3,000 to play these potato games? So yeah, but this isn't the case here, right? Alex Nguyen spent only $1,000 and got these crazy good specs. I'd say keep it. Wait, you want to sell probably everything? I wanted to sell the GPU and get a 4K monitor or 1440p for quality of life. My 1080 kind of sucks. So you want a 4K or 1440p monitor, and you want to downgrade. So then, are you only gonna use your monitor to like watch YouTube videos and do other stuff that's not gaming? Because if your first-person shooter games that you're playing, once you bump it up to 4K, even if it is Counter-Strike or, you know, Call of Duty or whatever, then it starts to really become taxing. So 4K monitor. Oh man, the girls are having so much fun upstairs. I would say. Oh man. It doesn't make sense to me to downgrade the system and upgrade the monitor. Usually people need to upgrade their monitor to match their system. But you're doing like the opposite direction on each category. You know, there's probably a world where it makes sense. But I would say 4K monitors aren't that expensive to begin with. I guess if you wanted a nice OLED or mini LED or something, then it would be like $400 or $500. But still, keep it and save money to buy a nicer monitor. Yeah, it depends on their financial situation. Though I think if $400 is a make or break it for you to get a new monitor while keeping everything else, then maybe if finances are that tight, maybe you need to downgrade and not pick up a monitor, because if $400 is going to be like the last amount of money that you have, disposable income, then you might be struggling in other areas financially. But yeah, it depends. I think you might be aiming your concerns at the wrong issue. Save up and get a nice monitor and let the GPU actually rip on it. That's what I think. But yeah. Have you tried mini LED monitors? I have. I'm using a mini LED monitor right now. I like it. I haven't done like a side-by-side comparison to OLEDs, but I don't think I need to. I think comparison is like what ruins joy. What, isn't there a saying like that? Comparison is like the ruiner of joy. That's not how the saying goes, but there's something like that where it's like when people, of course, when you look at like benchmarking charts and stuff like that, oh yeah, of course the 9800 X3D is up there at the top. It doesn't mean that you necessarily need it. You could be fine with the lower end CPU, and when you put them side by side, yeah, one is going to perform better than the other. It doesn't mean the other one is not at an acceptable level or good though. I think the same thing goes with OLED versus non-OLEDs and mini LEDs and stuff like that. I think for the most part, from what I've seen online, most people agree that OLEDs do look better than mini LED in a side-by-side comparison. But that's in a side-by-side comparison, man. Stop doing those. I think mini LEDs, because it doesn't suffer from the same burn-in problems, I think, and they're cheaper, I think you could get rid of the comparison and just use it as a nice monitor as is, and not like overthink it. Early 2025 Azure 3 with those specs were $1,700 to $2,000 depending on sales discount. What up, Retrovet? Yeah, that sounds about right. So then in the secondhand market, someone trying to offload for quick cash for $1,000. Yeah, that's still a crazy killer deal, but it's not impossible. Yeah. I've seen it side by side in person, and the only thing that makes mini LED not look good is being next to OLED. Meaning most anyone would be more than happy with the mini LED. Yeah, I think with Amazon, like, you could try stuff out, and if you don't like it, you can return it. Or you can go in store and just look at the mini LED. I haven't been to Best Buy in a while. Do they carry mini LEDs now? That is the exact reason I want a mini LED, is to not have to worry about burn-in. Yeah. I think the newer OLEDs, with each new generation, they come up with better, like, built-in technologies to the monitors that do things to prevent the burn-in. But I would need to look at what the most, but you're gonna be paying really, you know, the highest top dollar prices if you are getting the latest gen OLED. So I think most people who are trying to buy and save money, they're probably getting 1 or 2 gens behind. So yeah, that might still be a problem. I decided to replace my PC. As first step for me was to replace my original PC, which kept crashing. I thought I could deals on 4090, but it's impossible. A monitor, I'm not too worried. I wouldn't get secondhand. Yo, what up, Grimlong? What up, what up, what up? Won't ray tracing be better on 5070 Ti on newer titles? Because right now, 9070 XT VRAM heats 100C at 4K plus ray tracing. Let's run a poll. We haven't run one of these polls. Do you game with ray tracing enabled if the game allows it? Yes or no? Start a poll. Lil Asian Phoenix says, can you remind us of your age again? You look mad young. I'm 37. I just turned 37 earlier this summer. I'm probably going to pick up a $120 monitor if I buy a PC from my best friend. I don't care too much about the monitors much. Doesn't have to be 4K. It can be 1440p. Yeah, look in your secondhand market. Dude, people like secondhand market and monitors. Especially, you're buying like a $230 build from your friend. Like, let's go all out and budget the rest of this and buy anything else you need on the secondhand market. Because monitors, my goodness, if you just care about 1080p 60, you could probably pick up a monitor either for free, because people are giving those away, or for like 20 bucks. For 1440p, let's take a look. I'm gonna look in my market, but I think it'll give you an idea of like how good of deals 1440p monitor. Like, people just upgrade, and monitors do not resell well. Here, okay, I don't know what this brand is. How many hertz? 75. Okay, no refresh rate info. Come on. Here we go. 25-inch 1440p BenQ. I mean, yeah, it's got a little dinged up. As long as the pixels are all there. Your cat bit it. I could see that happening. Okay, this is a 60 refresh. Come on, where are the high end? So here's a Dell 160. Oh my god. So as you can see, these are 1440p 60 hertz ones, which are a little bit more expensive than 1080p's, but where are they ports? Come on, I've seen the deals before. I might Facebook. Oh, here's a gaming one. 27-inch, 50 bucks. Ugh, this tells me nothing. Facebook Marketplace. My friend got a good BenQ 1440p 25-inch on Facebook Marketplace for 25 bucks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like 1440p. These monitors. Okay, 60 bucks. LG Ultra Gear. Look at this. 100. Okay, cracked screen. That's why. Come on. I know we're gonna be able to find a deal. 27 inch, 1440p, 75 hertz. That's not what I want. 150, 100. I mean, you're even on these ones, you're still saving. Because what is this? 60 hertz? What? 2K 60 hertz? Why? This is not worth 280. 144 hertz. This is probably a 1080p one though. But it is 144 hertz for 50. Yeah. I would keep on the lookout. Because I know the deals pop up. What is this one? Dude, high performance. How many hertz is this? This one's only 60 hertz. 32 inch. Why are you selling this for 120? That's why it's been up for 11 weeks. Because you know what you have, and it's not good. I still truly believe there's a massive market for not graphically intensive games to run crazy ray tracing and shadows to make it look cooler. Imagine like Deep Rock Galactic with path tracing. I mean, that's what Minecraft did, right? Minecraft, when they did their update that got ray tracing out, then I don't play or benchmark Minecraft, so I have no idea how much more intense that made it. But yeah, I think doing that to some of these low, like Valheim. Actually, Valheim is not the most optimized game, even for its low polygon graphics. It can be pretty taxing. But yeah, for optimized 3D games, if you were that usually run really easily, yeah, I guess it'd be cool to, like exactly what you said, like enhance the graphics with like ray tracing, path tracing, stuff like that. Though the types of devs that usually make those games, they're usually, you know, smaller or indie studios. I don't know if it would be worth their, like, you know, if it would be worth their time and effort to implement that. I think that ray tracing being a boon or bane depends on what games you play. Like, I don't play all ball or gun. Wait, I don't play any ball or gun games, so I use ray tracing because my FPS doesn't matter a whole lot. Wait, ball or gun games? What is a ball? Like, we're not talking like, you know, FIFA and 2K and stuff like that, right? Ball or gun games. Oh, sports games. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I was right. Ball. You know ball. Wait. Do people, I guess, do people want super high refresh rate, high FPS to play those sports games? I also basically never play sports games. Nor do I benchmark them. So I wasn't sure, like, you know, like with RTSs and first-person shooters, especially like Counter-Strike and Valorant and stuff like that, it's just a known thing that, especially at the high-level play, you want like really high frame rate, as minimal stuttering as possible, all that stuff. But I didn't know that was also a thing that sports games players also want. Amazon 4K monitors are way too cheap to buy used, are they? Let's take a look. Amazon 4K monitor. Well, we're talking about 4K high refresh rate. Let's see what they got. 120 hertz 4K, 240. See, but if I could find something that's like under 100, I think that would be worth going used for, especially if you test it out beforehand. But no, you're right. 240 for a 4K IPS, 120 hertz. That's a Dell. Let's see what else we got. We got LG 4K. This is only 60 hertz though. I would imagine most people nowadays, if you can, unless you're paying like dirt cheap, like $10, but if you're spending any decent amount of money, you would want more than 60 hertz. 120 hertz Dell, so $300 there. This is 4K 160 hertz Acer Nitro 230. And if you can buy an open box Amazon resale deal, probably get for a little less. I imagine monitors is one category of product that a lot of people return on Amazon. So there's, here, let me see. Let's sort by renewed, baby. Okay. 1 star. What else we got? 195. So it looks like they're not discounted too much. Here's a 4K 160 hertz. Or if you go to, oh, this is the exact same one I'm using, I think. I'm using this KTC monitor, I think. Yeah, when it goes to 1080p, you get 320 hertz. 180 when it's normally new 360. This would be a pretty good deal. I like this monitor, actually. Oh, wait, this is not the mini LED one, probably. This is probably IPS. Do they not say? Huh. Yeah, it would say mini LED if it was. So that's why it's a little bit cheaper, but still. So I'm actually surprised. Near 45% of the votes so far do enable ray tracing. I would have thought it would have been like more like 66-33 split. This is pretty close to 50%. I'm going to let the poll run a bit longer. I got my 4K monitor almost half off, open box deals. Yeah, monitors is the one thing that like are kind of slept on when it comes to used or open box deals. I think Micro Center has crazy open box monitor deals too. Monitors are one of those things where I feel like a lot of people return. And then you have to, you know, take the discount for it. But also, like, most people, they sit on their monitors for a really long time. So I feel like there's not as much of a demand for monitors compared to, say, graphics cards and RAM and SSDs, especially given the climate right now. So yeah, like the monitor category it hasn't been in a bind or anything. There hasn't been like a panel shortage. So I think if I were to buy my next monitor, I would definitely look for open box or renewed type deals first. Obviously, if it came with like a dead pixel or scratches or something, then yeah, I'd return it. But yeah, I would try to get heavily discounted just because the rate at which people are returning monitors versus people buying up those open box return monitors, I think it's in favor for people who are buying. My main monitor is a 32-inch 4K 240 Hz, and my second is a 32-inch 4K 60 Hz, just a background runner. The difference is insane. Oh yeah, 60 Hz. Once you go above 60 Hz, even just like moving your mouse around your desktop, and you know how smooth the trail is and stuff. Yeah, it's hard to go back. But you said it yourself. If you're using it only for a background window for like Discord or like playing, you know, music or something, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be high refresh. Has anyone ever made a 23-inch OLED monitor? That's actually a good question. 20. Let's look up 24-inch. That might be more common. OLED monitor. True 24-inch consumer OLED monitors are virtually non-existent, though specialty and tournament-ready options are beginning to emerge. The smallest mainstream OLEDs start at 27-inch, but niche ultra-fast esports models like 24-inch Asus RG Strix OLED have been introduced. So it looks like it wasn't a thing for a long time, but now it might be a thing. Yeah, manufacturers, we're reading the AI slop, but they source things. Why did Nvidia really invent ray tracing? Because rendering photorealistic light reflections was the only way Jensen Huang could see just how shiny his next $10,000 leather jacket would look. Okay. So we have the poll running, so vote if you haven't yet with regards to ray tracing. But like, I will concede that if you do a side-by-side comparison with ray tracing on and off, yes, there is a difference. But at the same time, kind of like the mini LEDs, take the comparison away and just run the game at the absolute maxed out ultra settings. Everything turned up to the max. Like, for me, on AAA titles, that usually looks awesome. And I don't know if I ever feel the need to be like, even if I had the hardware, let's assume I had like a 1590 or something. I don't ever think I'm like, oh, I want it to go beyond plus ultra. No. Yeah, like I don't know if I want it to go beyond ultra into ray tracing where you do take the hit. And like, it's not like lighting without ray tracing is bad. It's just different, right? But also, I'm not a person, when I'm playing a game, like I'm playing it. I'm not freaking walking around looking just like, you know, sightseeing and stuff like that. So I think when you're playing a game focused on the task at hand, playing through with the gameplay instead of just like sitting still, looking at trees and the shadows they cast and the light rays coming through the leaves, I think those things are less important. Now, I'm not trying to dunk on anyone who does enjoy playing with like ray tracing to the max or whatever, like because you have like high-end hardware that can support it and all that good stuff. Like if that's the way you like the game, that's just fine. But I'm just answering for like, for me personally, gameplay over graphics for sure. I never understood why so many people want the small monitors. I guess it could just be my age, but I want the biggest screen I could fit on my desk. Yeah, I guess for the... anyone out there, like, purposefully stay on 24-inch or even smaller, 21-inch or 19? What are the comment sizes? Like, if space constraint was one thing, like let's say you had a tiny bedroom or you're sharing a bedroom with like 5 siblings and you just don't have the desk space, or you're in a dorm room or something, or you live in a van where you put your whole PC setup, then I could see it. But if space wasn't a concern, is there anyone out there who still prefers 24 or smaller inch monitors? But I really like the ray tracing reflections. I don't care about the ray trace lightings. Ray tracing and OLED go hand in hand. Neither are remotely necessary, but if you can afford it, you never go back, lol. My code and creed as a PC gamer is ultra settings are BS. So ray tracing at best to me is a gimmick that I can easily live without. Yeah, my creed as a PC gamer is, I think, like, PC gaming should be about the act of playing the game. But I'm not sure if you guys have noticed these days, like, if you guys spend any time on, like, Twitter or YouTube comments or Reddit and stuff like that, it seems like, it doesn't seem like people are playing games anymore. Like, if you read the comments and stuff, it seems like people just like watching YouTube videos and complaining about how bad things are. And, like, when the new graphics cards come out, if it's a bad launch or, like, it's bad value, that video will do so well because people just love watching these companies release products so that they could give their 2 cents of, like, oh, you know, dunking on NVIDIA and AMD and stuff like that. Which, like, I'm not trying to be a mega corpo defender because I'm not doing that right now. But I'm just saying, like, you guys ever just turn off the comment section, turn off the social media, and just, like, boot up your PC to play games? I feel like so many people just want to flex high-end PC specs, but they don't even use them. They use their PCs to go and comment on every single Gamers Nexus and Hardware Unbox video about negativity type stuff. Negativity gets way too much more attention. It does. Like, you release the same video, one with a positive or neutral outlook, and one with a negative outlook. The negative one will get so many more views. Jason says, I think sweaty FPS players prefer small screens. Oh yeah, good point. Also, don't they prefer to play CS in like 4x3 or something like that? I never played CS and things like that, but I think in one of my YouTube comments before, people were telling me like, because I used to test CS at like max settings, 16:9, and the people were like, you should test at 4x3, ultra low settings, low resolution, because that's how the skilled players play. But I can see that, just because, yeah, more can fit in your periphery if you have a smaller screen. Yep, nobody is really playing games these days, lol. Birdcage, what's up? You're wondering if I was going to try... We should do that one of these streams. That's a good point. I have not tried SteamOS yet. We should do it as a group. I'm down to check it out. I haven't touched the Linux system for a while now. I think that would be fun to do on stream. So I need to get the Rufus... What was the other program that we did? We used another program. I forgot what it's called already. That just had all the OSs on there. Yeah, that'd be fun to experience all as a group. But I have not tried it yet, to answer your question. I've got a 57-inch ultra-wide. That's not an ultra... Isn't that like a super ultra-wide? You're talking about a 32:9, right? Or is your 57-inch 21:9? 57 inches? That sounds like 32:9 territory. Which is the mega ultra super wide one. 57 inches though? My goodness. Yeah, that's on a desk. I can't get ray tracing to work on Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards. Leisure Suit Larry. What is... Do they still make those games? Let me see. Please don't come up with anything that will get my stream demonetized. In the Land of the Lounge Lizards. Okay, what year is this? Oh, this is one of the older ones. This is the 1987 one. I don't know all the Leisure Suit Larrys off my head. I thought, okay, but where's the Leisure Suit Larry? Where's all the games? Where is... Do they not have a page that sums up all of it? Series, Leisure... Okay, here it is. I don't even remember. Are these considered... These are considered mature games, but they're not like 18 plus. Wait. Is mature 18 plus? Wait, NC-17 is a movie rating. Is it mature? Dude, I don't even know what the what is it? The ESRB game ratings? ESRB. Okay, what is mature? What age is that? Okay, so teen. Oh, mature 17 plus. Okay, so Leisure Suit Larry. Yeah, I thought it wasn't an adult game. But I think it does have mature themes and stuff. But what is the latest game they released? Wait. Here's the series. There's 2025 Android, but before that, 2013. Okay, so they remakes. No, 2020 on this one. Wet Dreams Dry Twice. Oh my goodness. I've never played any Leisure Suit Larry games. I've just heard of them. But yeah, as you can see from the box art, mature game, obviously. Is that something... Could we play that on stream and not get me banned? I gamed hard on a FX 4100 and GTS 450. Yes, GTS. I remember those. Yeah, GTS before NVIDIA. I forgot what series they dropped that as. I never forget my roots and just want to play my games. That's where I'm coming from, Neo Wesco. I think when you have played games at the worst possible settings in the past, like I used to play WoW at like 24 to 30 FPS. So obviously that's not ideal, but I think that's a big part of the reason why, like, at the end of the day, if I can game at 60 FPS, you know, for whatever reason, like I'm financially struggling or whatever, but if I could still at least game at 60 FPS 1080p, then, you know, that's good enough to get me by. Jason says, I think the idea is that your eyes take more time to scan 30. Okay, yep, exactly what we were saying earlier. Yeah, smaller, like, it. So, what if we go take that even further to extreme and talk about like the 14, 15-inch portable monitors? That's even less space. There's probably like some perfect medium. Or middle ground, rather, not medium. The thing I find hilarious is how people installed SteamOS thinking it was going to be Second Coming and went, wait, this is like... Yeah, I was going to ask. We already did Bazite, dicked around with it for a bit. Is it going to be very similar to Bazite? Hey, XPod. $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. I actually answered this question. But if I had to re-answer it... So I answered this on the Toasty Bros YouTube Shorts. But I'm going to re-answer it because that one, I answered it off the top just because I wanted it to be more natural for the short they were making. But I've given it more thought. So, number one always will be World of Warcraft Classic and Vanilla. Though I hop on to retail recently and I kind of want to get back into retail. But World of Warcraft just in general, I guess. Number one game. Number two... it's hard to say which game, but... Oh yeah, they also made me pick PC-specific games. So that's why I had to pick other titles. But like, Grand Theft Auto... Okay, which Grand Theft Auto though? I think Vice City. I really like the three... Like, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Those, like, we're talking about core memories, like middle school to high school age. That, like, yeah, you know, when you have way more time in the world to play games and summer vacations and stuff like that. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, definitely, I could solidly put that at number two. But if I had to pick, I'd say Vice City. But I think all the Grand Theft Autos, at least from 3 and on, were great. I played a little bit of Grand Theft Auto 2, didn't play 1. And then, number 3, what game would I put there? If we're going to include console games now, too. Because that was why I had to choose more obscure games. I want to pick Chrono Trigger. Because in terms of like RPGs in general, that was one of the earliest ones I've ever played. I don't want to pick Warcraft again because I already have World of Warcraft. But Warcraft was like instrumental to me like in RTSs. If we're gonna go by like hours, how many hours I put in games? I wasn't big into Diablo 2, but I played a crap ton of Diablo 3. And I still think to this day Diablo 3 holds up pretty well. I think I might have to pick Diablo 3 for number 3. Yeah, the number 3 would be Diablo 3. Even though there's so many... I feel like if you ask me this at a different time, the list of my top like 5 or 10 could switch around and change. World of Warcraft will always be number 1. But anything else below that, I think they could switch. So, but yeah. So, I'm going to stick to those 3. World of Warcraft, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and then Diablo 3. With Chrono Trigger, Original Warcraft, and a number of other games being, like, you know, close and top 10 for sure. Before that super chat, though, let me get back to anything else that was above that. M is 16, I think. NC-17 is adult. Yeah, that's for NC-17 is movie ratings, I think. Yeah. If I remember correctly, there is cartoon nudity in those games. If you remember correctly, how would you remember correctly? Have you played it? Yeah, I don't want to look this up because with the streams, you can't edit it out real time. I played Oregon Trail on MS DOS. Don't flex over here. Dude. Is there a Oregon Trail browser game? Play games online. I just clicked the first thing. I could have gotten a virus or malware or something. Okay, when I played Oregon Trail, was anyone else just like me and the only thing you cared about was hunting? I didn't care about any other aspects of the game. I just loaded up on bullets and I overhunted. And the meat always went bad and spoiled because that's all I loved doing. And then I didn't set up the wagon correctly so that whenever we had to cross the river, we usually lost some people or some ox. But man, is there a way to play this online? Flash is dead, but let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're doing something here. What is your choice? Travel the trail, duh. What am I gonna be? A banker, carpenter, farmer? What were the differences even? Traveling Oregon isn't easy. Okay, hard. Oh, banker probably. Farmer earns the greatest number of points and banker earns the least. Let's play. Wait. The harder you have to try, the more points you deserve. Let's do banker. Let's play hard mode. We'll be banker. What is the first name of the wagon leader? Nobe. Okay, we got Jason. Who else is gonna be on part of our party? We got Kale, 130. We got Grimlong. I'm just going by whatever names I see in the chat right now. And we got XPodX because you super chatted. Are these names correct? Yes. Do I have to put Y? It is 1848. You're jumping off place for Oregon is Independence, Missouri. You must decide what month to leave. I mean, it makes the most sense to leave like in the spring, right? Oh wait, no, these are all great. I don't want to ask for advice. I just want to play it. You know, like, I don't want to look up strategy guides, or I don't want all that. Just jumping right in. Let's go April. Spring, give you some time before the crazy summer hits. I have $1,600, which I feel like is a lot of money back then. Okay. You can fix me up with Oxid. Wait. Is this in like really old version of the Oregon Trail where I feel like the one that I remember playing in middle school and elementary school had a little bit more of like you could use your mouse in the UI. This seems all text based, but let's see. Okay, let's buy a lot of ammunition in boxes of 20 bullets. Each box costs how many boxes? 20 bullets. Let's buy 400 bullets total. Let's buy some ox. They're 40 bucks. At least 3 yolks. Okay, I'll get double what they recommend. Let's buy some clothing. They recommend at least 2 sets of clothes per person. We have 10. Let's get 15. 3 sets per person. Spare parts. We're gonna need a lot of spare parts. Oh my goodness, how many wagon wheels? I'm just gonna get like 4 of everything. Oh my god, you know, 3. Okay, 3 axles, 3 tongues. Okay, wait, I think we got everything. Ammunition, clothing, food. We need to get food. At least 200 pounds? I mean, we're gonna hunt. 20 cents a pound? Okay, well, at that cheap, we can buy everything. All right, we're good. Let's leave. We're on the Oregon Trail. Oh my goodness, this is so loud. Stop, turn down. I'm sorry if this is really loud. Ball and gunner games. Yes, Jason. Okay. What is this? Weather's cool, health is good, pace is steady. 5. Continue on trail, check supplies, check map. Let's up the pace. Okay, let's go. Press enter to size up the situation. What do you mean? Oh, okay. So we're just gonna go. We're about to cross a river. Yeah, so I might... The Oregon Trail that I played the most might be the next version or the one after that. Because this one is feeling a little bit more archaic than the one that we had in school. You're now at the Kansas River crossing. Would you like to look around? Yes. Can I hunt? Change food rations. Talk to people. Attempt to trade. No. You must cross the river. Okay. Currently 624 feet across. 4.2 feet deep. Are we gonna have to do math? Attempt to ford the river. Caulk the wagon and float it across. Take a ferry across. Let's take the ferry. We got tons of money. $5? 5 days. Yes. I don't want everyone to die that quickly. We're gonna take the ferry. Apparently, this wooden raft is the ferry. Yankee Doodle copyright music, bro. This stream is demonetized. Is this still playing? I turned it off on my end. But if it's still playing for you guys, let me know if it's too loud. Okay. Let me see if I... Nope. Can I... Oh, nope, nope. That's not it. Okay. Oh, no. No, 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 no! Okay, whew. I thought the game just had to reset. Okay, let me read the chat. 2060 Super for $100, good deal or not? I'd say that's a good deal. I think that is a good deal. Actually, no. Take that back. I think that is the standard deal. For $100, you should be getting that level of performance. 2060 Super went up to 8 gigs because 2060 originally was 6 gigs. Performance-wise, it's going to be around like a 5700 XT, I believe. And those are going for like 120, 140. So I think 100 is a good, fair price. How you about to dude, when can I hunt? Do I want... No, I don't want to look around. I want to cross the river. We will continue... Oh, there's no ferry. Now we have to. We're gonna caulk it and float it across. Of course. Hopefully nobody dies. There's no shot that Yankee Doodle is still copyrighted. Yeah, no trouble floating. Nice, nice. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, when can I hunt? Let me hunt. I've traveled 200 something miles. I'm reaching some fort. Is the RX 6600 good enough for SteamOS? It should be plenty. What? SteamOS? That should run on like much weaker hardware. Get some Imodium for the dysentery. Yeah. SteamOS is different compared to the version of Bazite you were using because you were using the desktop version and not the console version of Bazite. And now they recently released Bazite 44. Okay, so the SteamOS does not have any desktop version. Wait. SteamOS, do they, I guess it's all going to be console version like on the UI, I would assume. Because it's only been on the Steam Deck so far and now on the Steam machine. But you are now at Fort Kearney. Would you like to look around? Yeah, sure. Can I hunt? Continue on trail, look at map. Okay, if I looked at the map, is that where I can hunt? No, that's not when I can hunt. It starts off by booting into console version, but then you can change it to boot into desktop mode. Okay. Yankee Doodle remix dropping soon. Where's the hunting? What does the changing the food rations do? Filling. The meals are small but adequate. We gotta go. Dude, we gotta, you know, save as much food as we can. Even though I'm about to hunt like crazy. Let's go. Continue on the trail, please. I swear you could hunt sooner in the version that I played. in elementary and middle school. Health is very poor. Oh my god. A thief came during the night and steals 4 oxen. Are you freaking kidding me? 4? I only had 6. Also, how do I have 0 pounds of food? What happened? This is why you don't put me in charge of the expedition on the Oregon Trail. Somehow my health is very poor and the food, we have 0 pounds of food left, and I just left the town not buying anything else. What am I doing? Okay, I gotta buy some food. Kale has typhoid. Uh-oh. I'm so sorry, Kale. I have not been taking care of the crew. Kale has died. I don't know if Kale's still in the chat right now. Kale, I'm sorry. I was so hyper fixated on trying to hunt, spamming my way through the Oregon Trail, that apparently we have no food left and everyone's health is poor. Press enter to size up the... Okay. Check supplies. Wait, no. How many oxen did I buy? I have 8 left. So, no, I bought 12. Okay. I have clothing, I have bullets, wagon wheels, pounds of food. 0 food? Look at the map. When can I hunt? Oh, there it is. Hunt for food. Yes, okay. Oh my god, what is this? What? Okay, this is definitely not the version I played. The version I played let you use a mouse to click and point to hunt. I gotta use the numpad and spacebar to fire? Okay. Oh my goodness. Wait. Did the bullet just go into the bush? Uh-oh, I need the instructions to... wait. How do I get the diagonal shooting? Yeah, what the heck? I should have read the instructions better. Oh, wait, no, there were diagonals. Okay, there it is. I see it. Okay, so I got the things that... Oh my god! I figured out the diagonals way too late. Nothing came into my perpendicular directions. What up, Heavy Metal Tech? There were no mice. Yeah, there are no mice at this point. Whatever point came at... Okay, I gotta hunt for food again. Okay, that was sad. To point the... Wait, what? Oh, so if you do this, it's like auto aim, apparently. But if you want to... I gotta do the expert mode, right? Okay. Okay, the friggin' bushes are gonna... I got the squirrel. Got the rabbit. Come on, let's go. Come on, something crossed my path. Wait, what? The dead rabbit body stops the bullet? Oh, no! Ah! Can I... Dude, these bushes! This is... I got the deer. Oh, the bison. I missed it. This should be a lot of meat, though. Yeah, what? The dead body? I got 66 pounds of food. Oh my goodness, the girls are going crazy. At least I avoided dying of starvation. Wait, yeah. We gotta keep hunting. I gotta get into a better position, too. Oh my goodness. Gotcha. That should be a lot of food. Gotcha. Dude! Okay. There's gotta be a strategy to, like, not... Crap. To, like, not... shoot things in front of your path. Because then it... Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, because now that rabbit... These bodies are just blocking the bullets now. Okay, I got 100 pounds of food. We should be good. We continue. We continue the stop it. We gotta rest. People's health are bad. We'll rest like a week. There's nothing wrong with resting, right? The only thing is you get less points because you make it to Oregon like later. But like, we got meager rations. Oh, let me attempt to trade. Yes. You meet another immigrant who wants 2 sets of clothing. He will trade you 1 ox. No. Okay, we're gonna go. You feel good, tough guy shooting animals makes me sick. Hey, I'm gonna make use of the bones. I'm gonna make use of the fur. I'm gonna make use of the meat. I will cherish these precious animals that have sacrificed their lives for me to make it this trail. But Xpod X has cholera now. The weather is cool. The health is poor. At least it's not very poor. Inadequate grass. You're now a chimney rock. Would you like to look around? Yes. Ooh, look at this. Beautiful. Jason, it makes me want to unfollow just like when he stole a hard-working man's content. What did I steal? For the poll, I play single-player games with extra graphics and ray tracing. It's worth it then. With FPS, fast-paced shooters like Battlefield 6, no ray tracing, higher FPS matters. Birdgate says, Nerd budget pure game scope is way better than Wayland KDE game scope, which is what the console game mode for Steam OS. When we when we do that, maybe can we do it next week? Whenever we do that, Steam OS, we can talk about all this stuff. Because right now, all this is gonna go over my head, and I'm not gonna remember any of it. I am playing Oregon Trail. What's up? Taco Bell. You made dinner, and then why are we going to Taco Bell? Which one? Nachos? That's not dessert. What kind of nachos? Chocolate nachos or something? Oh, you're getting a treat. Like a snack. Why do you call it a dessert? Hi, girl. Do I want anything? What'd you make for dinner? Chicken. Can I get one cheesy beef burrito? Thank you, love. Okay. Sorry, I just kept this music playing this whole time. Okay, we talk to people. Attempt to trade, actually. I do not want to trade for Ox, please. Aunt Rebecca Sims tells me I hear terrible stories about the wagon parties running out of food before Oregon. Okay, thank you for the tip. We're moving on. Okay, let me get back to chat. Yeah, 86 miles. That's not the end of the world. We're almost there. We could, dude. We gotta max out on food. I gotta hunt more. Bad water. Oh no. You passed a gravesite. Would you like to look closer? What? Here lies Voland. Hey, hey, hey! Come out and play. What? That is that Krusty the Clown? Yeah. Yes, I'm at the fort. Let me buy things. Fort Laramie. Buy. Attempt to trade. Buy supplies. We're not even gonna trade. Okay, we gotta buy food. We gotta buy like 500 pounds of food. And then there's no medicine. How do you deal with the different diseases? You just gotta rest more? I don't even know how much of stuff I have left. I haven't used any of these. Okay, I can't carry anymore. I'll replace those 4 oxen that we lost. And ammunition, I didn't even use any up. Okay, we're good. We're good, right? We can leave. We're continuing on the trail. Everybody's health is still poor. Crap, maybe I should have rested. Uh-oh. You need meds? There was no meds. Do you have to can you only trade for meds? I lose 5 days because I went on the wrong trail. Press enter to size up the situation. Check supplies. Yeah, there's no... Oh my god, the food is going by so quickly. Let's hunt for food though. Even though hunting is not as fun in this game because of this system. Like, they put me at the corner. I have no time to think when something comes out of the corner. I can only shoot these directions, essentially. Oh no, he got off the screen. Got it. No. Got it. So I can only hunt for stuff on this side now. Okay, 100 pounds of food. We should be good. We got a stop and rest. There it is. We're gonna rest for 5 days because we're not in a town. Icon, what up? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the continual membership support. How you doing? Was this the first Extraction game? I don't know if I ever call myself a gamer. I enjoy gaming, but what is the definition of a gamer? Isn't it someone who plays games? Does this count as playing games? What is your choice? Continue on the trail. How far are we? How many miles do we have to go to get to Oregon? Did they tell us at the beginning? I don't think I was paying attention. Oh, thunderstorm. Lose 1 day. Continue. Our health is fair. We got 400 pounds of food. The weather is hot. Next landmark, we are here. Would you like to look at Independence Rock? Sure. Beautiful. Look for supplies. Check the map. Let's change the pace, man. We gotta go on a strenuous pace. Can we attempt to trade? 50. Who wants 50 pounds of food for 50 bullets? No, I don't need that. You're playing a game, so you're a gamer. We need an Oregon Trail. Dude, imagine. I guess what is the closest game? Like Call of Juarez? No, there's newer games. Like Red Dead Redemption 2. Right? It's not Oregon Trail, but like if you're gonna try to, and it's in 1899, survive the, yeah, like the Wild West type of stuff like that. I guess it would be cool if they had one with Oregon Trail in the title for nostalgia's sake, but you can get pretty close to a modern day Oregon Trail. I mean, it would be this, right? Is there anything newer than Red Dead Redemption 2? Which is, by this point, oh man, we're gonna approach a decade soon. But, yeah. We continue. Oh, Xpod X has dysentery. Peak is modern day Oregon Trail. There's an Oregon trail for Switch. What up, Rad Robot? Survival crafting, maybe. You're now at South Pass. Would I like to look around? I think, for how old these games are, I think it's kind of nice that they did still make like pixel graphic art for these little destinations. Rations are meager. Okay. Wait. The trail divides. Where are we gonna go to? Fort, Bridger, or Green River Crossing? We gotta go to the fort. We gotta make sure we're always stocked up on supplies. Why is he dissing Terry? I thought Terry was a good guy. Terry Crews is a good guy. Light skin Mike said. Okay, I have a 5800X, so wondering if I should wait. Oh wait, did I miss a bunch of stuff from Light skin Mike? I'm gonna stop the poll because it is in my way in the chat. What did Light skin Mike ask? I was gonna upgrade 3080 to 970XT, but think about waiting till I can afford AM5 upgrade too. You think it will handle new games? Oh man, I've been so distracted by Oregon Trail. I've missed the plot. Or was there no message before that? Was gonna upgrade 3080 to 9070XT. Think about waiting. How long think it was last? I think for this upgrade, regardless of your CPU, you can make it right now. So you said you have a 5000X? Yeah, I think a 3080 to a 9070XT is like a huge upgrade. You have a 5800X, yeah, it's gonna bottleneck the 9070XT, but it looks like 9070XT prices are only gonna go up. And I think going from a 3080 isn't being bottlenecked by, or the 5800X isn't bottlenecking the 3080. Like there is room for better performance, higher graphic settings, higher resolution. So I think if you keeping with the 5800X for now and going 9070XT, just because all the news right now is saying graphics card prices are just gonna go up. I think a graphics card upgrade prematurely, I think is always fine. Like you're gonna eventually get caught up. The 3080 came out in what, 2020? It's 6 years old by this point. I think it's still a great card, but if you wait, you might be looking at higher prices for 9070XT. I think you can get enjoyment out of it with upgrading right now. Oregon Trail speedrun when? Yeah, we should have a contest. Everyone in the stream plays it at the same time and see who can get to the end. You play at 1440p on AAA titles, high to max graphic settings. I think you can benefit from a 9070 XT keeping your 5800X. I'm here. Oh, wait. Am I here? Yes, I would like to look around. I'm at the fort. Buy supplies. Always gotta stock up on food. Man, food's getting more expensive. I guess it makes sense the further out you go. 500 pounds of food. We haven't lost anything else. Clothing, sure. We'll buy 5 sets of clothing. We'll get 3 more oxen. I'm just buying stuff. Continue. Oh, I have computer stuff in the garage. Can you just make sure they don't, like, crash everything? If you use your gun to murder the other people on the trail, you will have more meat, less mouths to feed, equal profit. That is true. And you can steal their ox. You can steal the wagon, so there's more space for your party. We lost Kale, so we only have 4 people now. But yeah, is there a chance to rob people? Soda Springs. I love the music. Look at the map. All right, where are we? Oh man, we're like halfway there. We ate Kale. Wait, what did Kale die of again? Was it dysentery or was it something else? Is that okay to eat someone that died of that? Would we also get sick? So we are, dude, we are a little bit past halfway, I would say. Okay, we gotta beat this before the end of the stream. I will continue to try to talk to chat, but we gotta. I think I got up to speed. Would you like to look? Okay, we have 600 pounds of food. Health is fair. Let's rest. We'll rest at the town for a week. Is there any 9070 XT models that have particularly bad cooling? Oh, you died of typhoid? Huh. Let me look this up. Eating a human. I mean, you probably would get sick eating humans, right? But eating a human body that had typhoid make you more sick than eating one without typhoid. Yes, eating a human body that had typhoid would make you significantly sicker than eating one without it. What's the source? Why did they actually directly answer this? What is this website? Typhoid diet guide. What to eat for quick recovery? I don't think they're going to talk about cannibalism here. Bacterial infection caused by salmonella. Typhi causes inflammation. Okay, I mean, yeah, I would imagine that makes sense. Okay. Okay. We're good. We got to change the pace. We got to hightail it, guys. We got to go at a grueling pace and continue on the trail. Let's go. Is my 5900X good enough to run a 9070 with no bottleneck? Yeah, if you play that at 4K ultra settings, that would be fine. Don't worry about bottlenecks. If you're worrying, here's the thing. Let me go off of the Oregon Trail for a second. If you are gonna do a system upgrade, like you're asking this question, right? Is my 5900X gonna be good enough to run a 9070? What if the answer is no? Then you're gonna have to upgrade your platform anyways, right? So you're gonna buy both a 9070 and whatever AM5, or I guess you could go Intel, whatever that you're upgrading from AM4 to, right? Or please don't buy a 5800X 3D, I beg you. But you're gonna have to buy both anyways if the answer is no, it is not good enough. So why not just purchase the 9070, use it with your 5900X, see if you're good with that. And if you're not, you were gonna buy both anyways if I told you no. So it does, like, again, just like back to the advice I said earlier, it doesn't hurt to buy your graphics card like ahead of time, especially now with the prices like trending upwards. You can figure out the rest of your platform later. You can look for deals. You can find secondhand in your, local market, etc. It's just, if you know you're gonna eventually upgrade both anyways, do the one first and see if it's good enough. XPodX, thank you for the $5 super chat. I need to drink some water. I don't think I've taken a sip this entire night. Where are my water drink reminder people at? Yeah, GPU bottleneck just means you're capable. Well, I think he's talking about CPU bottleneck, but I think he meant CPU bottleneck. It means that you're capable of upgrading your graphics settings comfortably. Because a GPU bottleneck would mean you cannot upgrade your graphics. Because it is already bottlenecking. But yeah, I got what you mean. Okay, why do you think NVIDIA hasn't released any games with Ace in it? Wait, what are we talking about here now? Avatar Cloud Engine, is that what we're talking about? NVIDIA released, well, NVIDIA doesn't release games. Okay, are we talking about the right thing here? So Ace is a suite of AI technologies designed to help middleware and game developers build knowledgeable, actual, and conversational in-game characters. So this seems like like an AI technology to make NPCs more realistic in games. I actually don't follow this at all, but is this the technology? Yeah. So wait, you're asking why do you think NVIDIA hasn't released any games with? So I think your question is more of why haven't there been any games released that utilize this technology? And I didn't even know that was even a true statement. So here's videos from NVIDIA directly from 2024. But in terms of do any games utilize NVIDIA Ace yet? Yes, several games and major updates utilize NVIDIA's Avatar Cloud Engine for AI-driven companions, dynamic dialogue. PUBG, apparently the Ally does it. Mir 5. What are these games? Naraka Blade Point. Total War Pharaoh. This is the list. This is the several games. I mean, PUBG's... what is Inzoi? Oh. It's a realistic life simulator game. Wait, so what is your question? It seems like there are some games that implement it. NVIDIA obviously is not going to... NVIDIA doesn't release games, but if you're talking about there's tech being utilized in games, it looks like there are some. But, yeah, I guess I don't understand. So, I think this is pretty cool stuff. We've talked about this in previous streams before. Like, people who want to play MMORPGs but don't want to play with real players for whatever reason... I've been seeing people post videos of like, here, WoW 1000 bot server. I just saw this video earlier today. Turtle WoW 1.18 with 1,000 bots. Now, bots, I think, are dumber than AI because they just follow like, a chain of command scripts and stuff, depending on whatever. But when you put AI in it and you make it act more like a human, I think that's pretty cool technology. Like, I personally wouldn't care to play an MMO RPG with all AI bots in it. I think it's kind of cool, but I think the use of AI bots and like, trained AI that could mimic human behavior, I think is pretty cool. Yeah, but Ace, what hasn't really been on my radar. I appreciate you asking the question, but I don't think I have an opinion formed about it. So thank you for the super chat anyways. But we could talk about it if you want to. Let's see what people thought. These are all Korean Chinese games, lol. Wait, what is PUBG? What studio made PUBG? Developers, PUBG Corporation, Krafton, Lightspeed Studios. Let's look at Krafton. South Korean, Lightspeed Studio, Chinese video game developer, PUBG in subsidiaries. But it looks like, well, oh, I didn't even realize PUBG was South Korean. Inzoi modern UE5 version of Sims. Do people still play PUBG? I think so. Didn't PUBG have a modern resurgence? PUBG Steam charts. We're getting distracted. We're not going to make it to Oregon. One of the Ox is injured. Okay, let me do it in the background. PUBG Steam charts. Let's look at 1 year. So earlier this year, it went up to 1 million concurrent players. Wait, is that... No. I don't like this one. Where's SteamDB? Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so from the 1 year... So... Was that peak concurrent? Or is that daily? 24-hour peak. That must be 24-hour peak. Wait, let me see how they report this. So 700,000, 24-hour peak. Even right now, within the last 24 hours, nearly 800,000 players. And then within the week... Yeah, I mean, PUBG seems to be doing okay. Many games that are this old does not do this well. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be higher than, say, like wait. Dude, PUBG is not too far behind Counter-Strike, which is the most played game. 800,000-ish versus 1.2 million. Yeah, like, PUBG's doing good. People are playing Power World, too. I need to get back into Power World after the 1.0 update. A lot of people are playing Dota. So, yeah, PUBG, people are definitely still playing PUBG. 48 million on Fortnite? That can't be concurrent. Fortnite. Let's see what they're at. Live player chat. Is this real? Currently at 24-hour peak, 1.7 million. So yeah, like all-time peak was 14 million. I don't know if this is accurate or not. I don't know. This is tracker.gg. Currently online, 1.3 million. Fortnite.gg player count. They're kind of in line. 14 million, 1.7, 1.4 million, 2 million online right now. But it's Fortnite. I think Fortnite's cheating. Fortnite got mobile, console, and, well, I guess PUBG has all those too, right? Is PUBG on... I know it's on mobile. It's on PC. Is that on console? Oh, I see. It's an AI NPC engine. Interesting. Yeah. I think you could do really cool things with this. I feel like there are games like the next Elder Scrolls or the next new Fallout. Games like that, they're far out enough where I would have to imagine they're considering, if not already, you know, starting to implement this. Wait, where did it go? Yeah, the ACE stuff. And I'm for it, because again, I'm not 100% anti-AI everything. I think there are good use cases for it, especially if the way this is going to utilize it. Well, this is Cloud Engine. I was thinking if it did it locally. I think people are more okay with like running AI stuff locally off of your own hardware versus running it off the cloud where it relies on these data centers, which are moving into our town, sucking up all the power, destroying the environment, right? So like, I don't know enough about it though to speak on it. Yes, why wouldn't I repair a broken axle? I have 3. Hunt for food. How much food do I have? Check supplies. I've got 4. Oh yeah, plenty of food. We're going. We're continuing. Data centers, I don't think all data centers are bad. I think we need data centers. I wouldn't be able to have this stream without data centers. Whatever data center is hosting this website to make... Oh, Xpot X, you broke your arm somehow. What did you do? Continue on the trail. Yeah, no, data centers have been around before AI and shitified everything. They will continue to be around. I don't think all data centers are bad, but I think with how much companies are investing in AI and pushing for it, I think these newer data centers might not just be for maintaining and upkeep of these websites and services that we've had for years. I think these are for doing other stuff that most of us don't care about with the focus on AI. I was reading an article, there are people still apparently trying to spin up crypto data centers, which I don't even follow crypto like that, but I just thought that was kind of funny. Peer-to-peer streaming, bro, let's go. Could you even do that? Let's see if there's any service that even does that. Because even right now, when we use Discord or Skype or Google, does Google Video exist? But Facebook Video, like all of those are going through servers. So peer-to-peer video call. A peer-to-peer video call connects two devices. Yep. Peer-to-peer video conferencing software. Is there any reputable ones? The closest software I could find is jammy.net. But how would you handle stuff off network? Maybe if you were on the same like LAN. Not for the GitHub. The GitHub DevOps guide. Not for the faint-hearted. Yeah. Yeah, so we need data centers. We just don't need all of the ones they're trying to spin up. I passed a gravesite. Here lies Jiffer. Okay. Would you like to cross? Sure, I'll look around. Awesome. Yes, we will continue to... You must cross the river. 1,000 feet across, 6 feet deep. What do we got? Caulk the wagon. Hire an Indian. Back... honestly, I don't know what the modern day, preferred term is. I think I usually stick with Native Americans. Because when I think of Indian, I think of like Southeast Asian Indians. But I think Indian for Native Americans is making a comeback. I've been seeing people use it more. Indian, Native American. Yeah, you're talking about 3 versus 6 syllables. But it's just, in my mind, it's always been ingrained as Native Americans. We're going to hire a Native American. For 3 sets of clothing? Hell yeah. The Shoshone guide will help your wagon across. Do they show? Nope, they don't show the person. Indigenous? Oh yeah. What do I see used more? Native American or Indigenous? Yeah, I would say I'd see them both used about equally. But definitely more than Indian, but I've been seeing Indian come back up on the ranks. Yeah, just everyone tunnel into your stream or something. I don't know. Imagine trying to support 100, or how many people? I think people have dropped off. 90-ish people concurrently. Been working in data centers for 34 years, says Garage Man Cave. Well, did you say anything else earlier? You've been working in data centers for 34 years? What is your... Can you share what kind of data center you work in? Anything exciting? Or is it just something that like maintains or like, servers? And also, any thoughts on the push for like a large amount of data centers to open up just across the country and the pushback against it? What side are you on now that you're directly in the industry? Oh, root beer. N2 Tech. I'm sorry. I saw you ask the question earlier, but I was distracted with something. Do I like root beer? I think I've answered this on stream before. I will not go out of my way to purchase a root beer, ever. But, if I am at a get-together, and there's soda, I would probably also not choose root beer. But if root beer was the only soda, and I was feeling like something fizzy, I would drink a root beer. I like root beer is kind of, one of those flavors that's unique, and it probably is a little bit of an acquired taste, but similarly is Dr. Pepper, and I love Dr. Pepper. It's like, yeah, it's not like your typical cola or lime flavors or orange soda that you're used to, but So yeah, root beer. Maybe I just haven't had good enough root beer. What is this? Spreckers? Root beer is next level. Maybe I gotta try this stuff. Do they even sell this around me? Spreckers root beer. With the crow on it. Local. Walmart has it. Where can I find it around me? Ace Hardware? I have a... Oh, sorry. I do have an Ace Hardware around me. Wait, is that a crow? No, that's like a... What is this animal? It's not a chimera, is it? Or... What is this coat of arms emblem thingy? This, to me, looks like a cartoon, like, you know, Looney Tunes crow or something like that. But what is this? This, like, medieval, like, symbol? Oh, that's a griffin? I guess I can see griffin, yeah. Made with honey? Huh. So it looks like Ace Hardware does carry it in stock. Maybe I need to go pick some up. Spreckers root beer. Okay. I'll see if they have it physically. Yeah, it says in stock nearby. This is the Ace Hardware I do go to. So, where else has it? Northward Foods. It seems like kind of Bevmo does seem to have it, but that's online. Yeah, so it looks like Ace Hardware is the only place that I can realistically get it in a brick and mortar. Okay. Okay, did anyone else die? We gotta finish this. No trouble crossing. Continue. Very little water. What does that mean? I can't even buy water. Walmart has 4 for $4.49 free shipping. Free shipping? On drinks? Huh. Maybe. Let me see. I probably misspelled that already. Spectre root beer. Xpod with the $2 for the root beer. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, where is it? Because I'm seeing case of 6, 4-pack of... What the heck? $99? Where's the $5 option? I'm not seeing it. Did I spell it wrong? Sprechers. I might... Oh, here it is. Yeah, what the hell? Okay. I will order this. For 4? That's cheaper than... Ace Hardware is going to charge me $2.69 per. This is going to be like $5? Yeah, that's $1.25 a piece. I'm going to order this right now. Hopefully I can get it by next week's stream. Add to cart. Let me see if the shipping is really free. It's not free shipping. I knew it. I knew it. Because you have to order $35 worth of stuff. See? After I added it to my cart, boom, got hit with the $6.99 shipping. Which still, so $12 for 4, that's $3. That might be worth it. No, I'm just gonna pick it up at Ace Hardware. It's like less than 10 minutes away from me. Who buys root beer from Ace Hardware? Apparently, if you need Sprechers, specifically Heavy Fog. I'm like 1 day away from the fort. What is bad water? I can't even control the water. Okay, food, I'm good. Okay, we gotta rest. We gotta rest. I love that it says attempt to rest. Why can you only attempt to rest? Why can't you just straight up rest? Does the attempt ever fail? Oh, wait. Attempt to rest, that's 6. I will rest a whole week. Anytime I'm at a fort, I'm gonna rest a week. Let's see how my health changes. Runs with Chainsaw, what did you miss? Yes, we've been playing Oregon Trail for like the last hour, while also talking about other stuff. Wait, in decline, what about Nobe and chat? I reinstalled, wait, what? What about or what up? I reinstalled Windows on a gaming PC. It had biosecurity violation. It was HP Omen. There was no other fix. I got $250. Huh? Okay, wait. Where's the data center person? Garage, man cave. Did you answer? Or did you leave the chat already? I compare AI data centers to coal burning factories. Everyone sees the finished results and turn a blind eye to what it takes to create it. Yeah. I bought pies from Ace Hardware. Wait, pies? Like straight up full on circular pies? Or like pie bars? Some of them pie bars are pretty good. I don't remember what brand it is. Where are those? Not these Quest ones. Packaged bars of pie. I'm trying to find that specific brand that I've had before. Okay, I'm not typing the right things. But they make these bars of pie, essentially, that are pre-wrapped and packaged. Not these granola bars or protein bar ones. I can't believe it is not coming up. Like, what else do you have to search? There's a very particular brand of these bars of pie. But is that what you're talking about? Or did they sell actual round pies? Full-on pies from Ace Hardware? Oh, what's up, Garage Man Cave? Yeah. Let me know your thoughts as someone who works in a data center. Your thoughts of just data centers kind of like exploding in development and stuff. Or attempting to if there's no pushback. Ace Hardware pies. Apparently they sell pies in these... I mean, I've seen them sell ice cream and stuff in these coolers. I see. Wow. I would have never thought to go buy pie from Ace Hardware. Today I learned. Grueling, pace, meager rations. We're good. Let's go. Our health is fair. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. The only bad for data centers, they don't build for actual need, but for speculated need. Yes, exactly. They are overbuilding for this overhype with AI. Not because Facebook... Okay, I shouldn't have said Facebook. Not because, like, websites are falling and failing and, like, the infrastructure and stuff like that. Or actually, no, I take that back. I'm not an expert in this, so I cannot speak to it. But if I was a betting man and I had to put money on it, it's for speculation, not because of need. Yes. We managed to prevent a local data center only for the U.S. military to lease them land. There was one where, who covered it? Louis Rossman or Gamers Nexus? Some family donated, like, all this land to the city for, like, this park. And then the city ended up selling it to, like, some data center developer or something like that. Brutal. There are Amish folks that sell goods in the parking lot of Ace near me. They make the best pies I've ever had. But they go bad really fast. Yeah, less preservatives and stuff, right? Alright, we are past 7. I don't know if I'm going to make it to Oregon Trail before I got to end this stream. Or not Oregon Trail. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the West Coast. You're at the Blue Mountains. Let's take a look. Beautiful Blue Mountains. I didn't even... Well, hunting in this game is not fun. So that's why I'm not hunting. Oh my gosh, we are so close to Oregon City. We're going to beat this. Stream doesn't end till we beat this. Very poor health. We need a rest. Hopefully we don't get robbed while we rest. We were going to rest for 4 days. We are on the grueling pace. We just got to keep pushing on. Our health is now poor. Screw it. We push on. We're going to go to the Dalles or Fort... Oh, let's go to Walla Walla. That's in Washington. I've been to Walla Walla. Data centers have been here for decades. Only thing now is data centers for silicon snake oil. Yeah. Well, can you share what kind of data center you work in? Like, at least what industry it serves? I mean, I guess in terms of, like, most of them are going to be for, you know, just, like, servers to maintain websites and stuff, right? Xpod X, you got cholera now. I'm sorry. I mean, I tried to find wild fruit. What does that even have to do with anything? That's not even part of the you know, supplies. All right, we're in Walla Walla. How are we doing on food? Check supplies. Okay, we can buy more food. Buy supplies. We can buy food. How many pounds? We'll buy 300. We're going to leave the store. I think we're good on everything else. We're going to rest for a week. We should have taken bets if Jason made it or not. Can I check the health of everybody? It's just telling me health is fair, but can I check by individual? I want to see if I've treated Jason badly enough for him to be close to dying. Like the game Jason, not real life Jason, obviously. Yeah, there's no way to check, it seems. All right, we're gonna continue. Come on, we gotta blitz through this. Food industry data center, smallest data center I've worked at. Lol. What is the biggest data center you've worked at? Not so much whether they do data centers, it's how they do it. We were so worried about water, we didn't think about the air. Yeah. And noise pollution, you know, wildlife that gets displaced. I don't know what very little, like, does anyone know what these texts mean? I don't have water supply. Is it just like for fun? It's not like I could have stocked up on water, so. Is it just telling me that people are going to get dysentery because the water's bad? We're at the dollies. Yes, sure, we'll look around. Beautiful. Okay, we continue. The trail divides here. Float down the Columbia River. We're going to float down the river. Oh! I get to actually float? Yes, I'm glad I chose that. After passing the third direction sign, land your raft. Okay. Wait. What? Oh god. Dude, this is not responsive at all. Oh my god. Dude. I know how to go left and right. The either input delay or something. The raft has hit a rock. You have lost. Grimlong drowned. Xbot X drowned. Jason drowned. Did I live? It didn't put my name here. 11 oxen. I've lost all these things. I might have survived, but I guess you lose the game anyways. There's no rewind, is there? X spacebar to continue. Oh, wait, what? No! Dude! The raft has hit another rock. Oh! I thought I lost the game. When it says you have lost, it means I lost these items. I totally read that wrong. So I'm still alive. It looks like everyone else is dead. I'm losing a crap ton of stuff. It says to use the arrows. Dude, it is not doing anything. I drowned. This is the problem with playing these flashlight games. Are you kidding me? Everyone in the party died. Here lies Nobe. They're actually playing this. This is taps, right? What would I like to write on my epitaph? Oh yeah, what? Something is up with the keyboard command. Yeah, I can't even type. This is weird. Let me try out a different window. Yeah. So, like, I'm trying to type a normal sentence here. Like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Yeah, like, half these letters aren't working. Did the game just, like, slowly crash on itself? I can't even continue. Yeah, I'm trying to, like, type stuff right now. Huh. Well. Ooh, that seems like a fitting ending. Did the data center that's hosting this game just like poop itself? I can't go beyond the screen, so okay. It is 7:20. Let me check on the girls real quick. Let me check. I think they're playing outside right now. Or not. What are they doing? Okay. I think they're good. Why is this camera still on? Why? Stop. I need to stream this game on my... What? I mean, from my... What are you trying to say? Your IE? I wanted to see some hunting. The hunting in this, it was bad. He died on a budget. The arrows in that era were... No, I was doing that. I was using both hands because I didn't know which one was correct. I used both the arrows and the numpad. And at first it was working, but then afterwards, I don't know. I think the game might have been slowly pooping itself. Comparison is the thief of joy. In decline. Were you watching the stream from like back? We talked about that like an hour and a half ago. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Comparison is the thief of joy. Exactly. Even though that was an hour and a half late. Steve Ranty, been watching you for a while. Just subscribe, first live stream. Enjoy your videos. Awesome. Welcome to the stream. We just chill every single Wednesday. You know, we usually talk PC parts. PC market's been kind of crappy. Somehow we got on the Oregon Trail tonight. But yeah. I am the Grim Reaper. You are the heart and soul of the caravan, and you died. Never in human history has so many resources been used to benefit so few people to such a small degree. Yeah, like, do these rich people's lives change that much when they get, like, Elon, when his net worth doubles or triples, or whatever the heck, you know, these new milestones? Does he get to buy, like, that much nicer of a yacht? Does he have, like, that much more election interference power? I feel like once you reach billionaire status, maybe tens of billionaires, tens of billions, like, what is it gonna change? Was he ever really poor? I don't know. I mean, there's that thing about him having daddy's diamond mines money or whatever, right? Or emerald mines. But were they ever poor at any point in his life, even when he was a child, before the family business? I don't know. Let's see what I want to ask Grok, but I feel like Grok is definitely biased. Has any of you guys used Grok? There is definitely biased. Has Elon Musk ever been poor? Elon Musk was never poor during his childhood. He grew up in South Africa in a wealthy family with a privileged lifestyle that includes private schooling, upscale homes, and access to private planes and luxury cars. However, when he moved to Canada as a young adult at age 17, he lived briefly on a tight budget with very little spending money while working odd jobs starting college. So he did, assuming this is true, DJ Vlad interview is the source. Okay, I don't know. I need to look more into this, but at some point, didn't he get like a little bit of injection money from daddy? I mean, when I say a little bit, I mean like a lot of it for the normal people like me and you. Elon posts as his own mother on Twitter. It's so pathetic. You think that's him? So I've seen Elon's mom's posts. I think I've seen people claiming it's him posting as her. But has there been like proof? Has people followed the breadcrumbs and like the digital footprint? And like, was it actually coming from an alt account on like his own device? That'd be so funny. I wouldn't put it past him though, because he lied about being good at Path of Exile. Everybody knows about that, right? Yeah, he's pretty pathetic. It's kind of sad how some of the richest people in the world are also some of the most pathetic, and like you would think people would aspire to be like them and to look up to them, but nah. After a billion, you get a god complex and a lot of yes men. Okay, that means you gotta stay right under a billion, right? So like 900 million. I'd be good with 900 million if anyone wants to just give me that. He also played someone to play Diablo 4 for him. Was it Diablo 4 or was it Path of Exile or was it both? Yeah, like he claims to have like a ton of hours in Diablo 4, which would make zero sense for someone who is the CEO of these companies. Yeah. So Elon has 0.3% of the US total net worth. The total net worth of the US is 183 trillion, so Elon has 1 in $183 trillion of US. Well, you just said 1/3%, right? I went to boarding school in England with people like Elon Musk. I guarantee he bought his way in. I had to pass the test. Oh yeah, for sure. Dude. I feel kind of conflicted and split because I do own a Tesla Model Y, but I do not own it because I care one bit about Elon. And I know what it takes to engineer something, not a car, for me, more specific, an airplane, but cars, a lot of people have to work on it. Elon didn't do anything. If Elon wasn't at the company, dude, even without his vision, I feel like Tesla would have still done pretty similar stuff. I don't see him as this ultra great visionary that his nut huggers do. I think, and I've said it before, if they kicked him out of the company or if he had a heart attack tomorrow, Tesla will be fine. They might even do better without a jackass at the head of the ship. And the stock might go up because people who have issues with him might be more okay with buying more of the cars and investing more money, or like, you know, buying the stock and stuff like that. Yeah, I think having a controversial person like him, I would say, is hurting the company, but the children of the elite tend to not be very bright. That's only the ones that we know about. I'm sure there are plenty of elite people with children that, you know, you don't see and hear about in the news and stuff that don't have as much publicity. I hacked Disco's network and looked at everyone's test scores. He was brutally bullied as a child and thrown down a long stairwell. Also, his father was not very kind to him when he was growing up. That's why he learned martial arts at a young age. I still think if Elon fought Zuckerberg, I think Zuckerberg would win. Remember they were going to do that? Or at least they were flexing each other's jiu-jitsu belts and whatever the heck, their martial arts training buddies on Twitter that one time. Dude, having a beatdown for billionaires, for them to just fight each other to try to prove their manhood, because apparently all their wealth and everything they've accumulated is not enough. That would be amazing to watch. Imagine how many tickets that would sell. The internet would break if they live streamed it. I would bet on Zuck for sure. Elon has mass. I'll give him that because he's a freaking barrel. But I think Zuck, from what I've seen of his rolling footage. Actually, does Elon have any types of martial arts footage out right now? I don't think Elon can stand a chance. And this isn't me like fanboying the Zuck, because I don't. But I would just love to see them fight it out. Elon's fridge torso structure serves as armor. It does. But eventually it will break down. Armor can only take so many hits. Elon has stood on the shoulders of giants. He's just a good bullshitter. Yeah. I honestly don't think CEOs are that necessary. Like, even at work, you know, like management, upper level management, it's just people reporting to other people. Sure, they do make some big decisions. I feel like people lower in the chain can make decisions as well. And sometimes you've seen CEOs make horrible decisions. Like, Jim McNerney, the past Boeing CEO. Like, plenty of companies have made, CEOs have made bad decisions. I feel like it's almost a 50-50 coin toss at that point. They just get, like, they luck their way into success. Just give the next person down on the totem pole those decisions and the company will be just fine. It'll have the same trajectory. Morally corrupt BS is the only tool you need to become a millionaire. I feel like there are some millionaires that, especially the self-made millionaires, that are fine. I think MTV Celebrity Deathmatch version would be the closest. No, the closest would be, dude. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, it's 7:30. This is the like 5 more minutes, then I'm out. Elon versus. I bet you there's AI slop on this. Elon versus Zuckerberg. AI fight. Okay. Okay. Really? This is the physique you gave Elon? Can we at least be a little bit more realistic? Zuck, I think this isn't too far off, right? I haven't seen Zuck with the shirt off for a while. But, dude, Elon, that is not... Was that Bill Gates? Okay, yeah. Elon, here's a real fight. Oh wait, is this a real one? This footage is bad enough where I would want to think it's real, but these guys look close enough to Zuck and Elon. Yeah, this is AI. But the footage is like, it's a recording of a monitor. Dude, this is like street beefs or whatever. Okay, come on. Anything else? Here's a different one. So we got Dana White, and then we got, what is it? Dean Kane? No, not Dean Kane. Herb Dean. I'm not Filipino. Yeah, I mean, this is celebrity deathmatch would be funny because of the way they portray it. They always do some over the top stuff with the claymation and stuff. But yeah, this I'm surprised there's not a lot more of this AI slop. Oh well, we got the Matrix scene. Oh, and then we got some Roman Colosseum type stuff. But yeah. Okay. 5 more minutes, then I'm out. Elon would need to do a massive weight cut. I mean, if you were to do weight classes, yeah, probably to make it fair. But I think Zuck could take him at his weight. Zuck got a big target with that nose. It wouldn't really be a fair fight because they are in 2 entirely different weight classes, and also Elon has Asperger's, which is a disability. I mean, yeah, you're right. How about we say because he has the weight advantage, we make that equivalent to having it cancels out with the disadvantage of having Asperger's. Where's the Taco Bell? It's upstairs. You guys do not want to see me eating Taco Bell. Black men new style. I went to Shanghai in April. I was blown away. China is amazing. Yeah, everything I see about I've been seeing, I feel like in terms of like content creators and YouTube, I went to China. Like if you type in I went to China and everything changed. Like the types of videos, I went to China, something like they're all showing I left the US for Shenzhen, China. Here's how I went to like a lot of people are painting China in like a really good light, specifically with the like the high-tech city and stuff like that. I went to China, it's insane. Like I've never even heard of some of these channels, but I've been seeing a lot of this pop up on my feed lately. But yeah, I think the mainstream US media definitely does not paint China in the light that it really is. We're always trying to make China look bad, right? Because we're afraid of them becoming, you know, more powerful and better than us. And then yeah, if you type in I went to China EV, you got like rich rebuilds and stuff. Like they are going to China, checking out the EVs, and are saying really good things about them. I went to China, now I understand. Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, like there's this huge implosion of content on YouTube right now about people going to high-tech China and like being amazed by it. How China is already living in the EV future. Yeah, like all this stuff. I went to China to see how far ahead their cars were. Nobody has explained China's EVs like this. Some BYD stuff, yeah. I don't know when it would be in the cards for me and the family to go, because I think we have other destinations that are higher in the priority. But I do want to go to China. Who would win in a build challenge? Gamers Next to Steve or Linus? I honestly can't choose between the two. I feel like they both aren't really into, well, build challenge. You didn't say new or used. I think they would be pretty equal, but I might give the edge to Linus a bit just because. Actually, no. Steve does talk about pricing a lot too. Maybe Steve. Who? I don't ever see Steve doing deal hunting type stuff, whereas Linus's channel at least sometimes has that. And when they do their price guides and stuff, they typically talk about getting things on sale or on like a coupon deal. Yeah, I think their content is, Steve is so straight to the numbers and like more analytical and data driven, and he doesn't do like build videos and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't give him the edge, but I know he has the knowledge. So based on content, I would give the edge to Linus, but just based on the two, I think it's not that hard. Like, unless you're doing used market deal hunting, that's where a little bit more challenging. But buying new parts, like, and being patient, I think both of them can do it equally as well. So, yeah, I'd say they're equal. That's a cop-out answer, but people are people. A lot of BS spun by the media, for sure, yeah. All countries have, yeah, that is true, including the US. We have some stuff going on here that they don't like to show, especially like during the World Cup. They were definitely trying to hide homelessness and like the rundown parts of the cities and stuff. Linus, Steve is a reviewer. Jay takes them all. Jay hasn't even done a build challenge thing in a while either. I can't watch Linus at all since he bought the jet. So ridiculous. I work in aviation in a past life. Yeah, I mean, I don't like watch every LTT video. They just release way too much. I don't have that time. But the jet video, I feel like, so when you get to a certain size of a YouTube channel, like his size, and become the biggest in your category niche, unfortunately, it's like the Mr. Beast effect, where like, whether or not you want to do it, or it's just the expectations to do ridiculous dumb stuff, not dumb, I'll take back dumb, to do ridiculous things like that, it's kind of like, it goes hand in hand with the growth that you get. I feel like they constantly want to one-up themselves buying the fire truck and things like that. I'm not a fan of that type of content, but I haven't even looked at the viewership for that. But I don't know if it did worse, about the same, or even better. I don't know what future content they plan to do with it, but I don't like content Mr. Beastified. And I feel like that is on the Mr. Beastified side of things, if that makes sense. So many of them are ads now. I mean, I know he runs like mid and end ads, or no, pre and end ads, but the actual, I guess fully sponsored videos, yeah, those are ads. Yeah, the fully sponsored videos. So as a content creator, the way I look at it, because I have done fully sponsored videos that are essentially ads, but I have done it for things that I was genuinely curious or interested in checking out. So it became like a win-win situation, right? And you might be, your problem with it might be that everything is a fully sponsored, dedicated video, where as you'd be okay with it if it was less. But like for me, let me talk about it. Like, when was my last full dedicated sponsored video? It's been a while. But let's say a company has something that, you know, I don't have access to. Oh, this chair. This chair was the last time I did a fully sponsored video. And it's the Libra Novo. Yeah. So for me, I was just interested in checking out a high-end chair because I've been using budget chairs all my life, basically. So for me, I got to check out something different, and I got a chair. The company gets their, product more eyes on it, and then viewers get what I believe I gave honest take on it. Like, I did not shy in that video saying this was an expensive chair and giving my full thoughts on it. But in that case, I feel like everybody won. Like, people who've never heard of this chair, now it's on their radar. They can further do research, see if they want to buy it or not. The company, they got the content out that helped promote their product, and I got to check out something I wouldn't have checked out otherwise, and got to use the chair, which I do enjoy using. So, I can see, though, if that was every single video or most of the videos, how that could be tiring. Cheap office chair. Yeah, so cheap in a lot of categories wins most of the time. It's just one of those things where people are willing to pay for $1,000 chairs because of how much they use them, and because, if cheap chairs are uncomfortable for them, if you're going to use this chair for like 6 to 10 years, the cost of use over that time becomes pretty cheap, all things considered. So, yeah, I still like cheap office chairs, but if I have this one here, I'm going to use it. Did I see? No, I haven't been watching the Linux stuff from Linus. I tune in here and there for that, but I don't watch it like I play it on the background. I don't intently watch it, so I only get bits and pieces of it. But I did see that people were complaining that Linus did not, like, the way that they did the Linux challenge. Either, like, they didn't use it for long enough, or by the time they released the video and had all the certain complaints, those had already been fixed, type of stuff. So I think people weren't happy. Some people weren't happy with their Linux content. It was like too shallow for them. It wasn't in depth enough. But I don't follow it that closely. Linus was playing it off like an investment, and it will never be anything but a money pit. Yeah, I can see that. No, yeah. Plain just storing it, maintenance, all that stuff, using it. They would have to make so many videos around it. The thing is, though, he could always sell it and recoup a decent amount of it, right? Especially, didn't he claim he got a good deal? What's up? 5 minutes have passed. Yeah, okay. Now, for real, 1 more minute. We're 2 hours and 43 minutes in the stream. Thanks for chilling for as long as you guys have, though. We played Oregon Trail and just talked random stuff. Yeah, I mean, tech scene is kind of meh right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy not constantly being reminded that the prices are going up and AI data centers are taking over and all that stuff. I had to buy a new chair recently. $250 was a cheap option. Okay, so $250 for the cheap option. I feel like your taste in chairs is a little bit like in the mid to higher range, huh? Also, know if you like awesome budget builds, PC Rehab. Have I seen this pop up on my feed? PC Rehab, the PC Rehab. I think I've seen, yeah, I think I've seen him pop up on my feed before. I haven't seen his content though. My feed has a bunch of like up and coming content creators and stuff too. But all right, if you said to check him out, I will. This is the PC Rehab. I'm assuming this is the right one. When did he start doing YouTube? 3 years ago. Okay. So, not brand new, but relatively on the newer side compared to some of the channels that have been around for like a decade plus. Okay. I live in a small town and transportation has a free shed. Got a decent mesh chair for my computer desk. A free shed? What? I never cheap out on stuff that separates you from the ground. Yes. Bed, chairs, car tires, and shoes. You forgot shoes. Yeah, you're right. Larger people need, more sturdy chairs that's built with more materials and more, engineering design into it for higher weights. Yeah. What is the newest high-techest thing you own? Newest? It's gotta be the Model Y. We bought that last year in January. Highest tech. My phone I got before that. Yeah, I don't buy a bunch of... I don't constantly buy high-tech gadgets and gizmos and stuff. So it'd probably be the Model Y. But alright, I gotta go. The Taco Bell is getting cold. It's probably already cold. It's been like an hour since they got back. And then the food that Melissa made. So, a video... I don't know if this video that I'm working on is... Because it's got a sponsor spot, so I gotta time it with them. But it might be in the middle of next week, so we'll see how that does. But next video will be a pickup video. Also, next week, if there's nothing... Remind me in the Discord server. Next week, if there's like no... exciting announcements or like huge breaking tech news, yeah, let's install SteamOS. I think that'd be fun. Pull back out the Linux machine. But you guys have a great rest of your night or day. Have a great rest of your week and have a good weekend. And I will catch you next time on the next stream, or in the Discord server. Bye bye. I never get the runs from Taco Bell. Ever. I don't know how people get diarrhea or whatever. I know that's a running joke. I eat Taco Bell. It's fine. My stomach can handle it. It's been trained.